YAHAWAH, here with another hopeful, edifying video for the body YAHAWAHSHI. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to YAHAWAHSHI, Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders I learned his truth from, the men at GMS and the brethren in the like-minded doctrine. And I have this article here, right? I've been holding on to it. I've been meaning to get to it, but the YAHAWAHSHI, I got a chance to get to it. This is from Arkansas Democrat Gazelle, and the title it says "Water Witches Stick to Business," and it says California growers provide busy schedule as skeptics scoff. And it reads here, it says Calistoga, California, in a vineyard flanked by scorched hills and charcoal trees, Rob Thompson gripped two stainless steel rods, began rotating in a circle, and counted under his breath. Then he said he had found it, water, hundreds of feet beneath a parched ground. So this is a witch doctor, which can say his ability is to locate water, during drought. And it says this is really good, said Thompson, 53, scratching an X into the ashen soil with his shoe. This is a deep one, 750 feet, 55 to 60 gallons a minute, he added. This one I can feel. Thompson is a witch. Thompson is a water witch. He claims that he can locate streams and waters and fractures in the earth bedrock using two L-shaped rods that together resemble an old-fashioned television antenna. Amid Californian extreme drought, just a 2-hour drive north of the nation's technology capital of Silicon Valley, the water-seeking services of a man relying on 2 3-foot rods and a hunch are in demand. This is my busiest I think I ever been in my life, said Thompson, a third-generation water hunter with silvering hair and a lumbering gait. He had been co-owner of one of the Northern California largest well drilling companies, but he had gave that up and now searches for water full time. His busy schedule is a sign of the desperation of ranchers, vineyard owners, and land managers as California reels from a crippling drought that has depleted aquifers, shrunken crops, and forced some farmers to sell off their water rights. The mystical technique of locating new groundwater sources is thought to have first come into vogue in Europe in the Middle Ages. The method is known as dowsing, or divining, or even doodlebugging, and those who practice it are called water dowsers or water witches, a phrase that may have originated from the practice being deemed witchcraft in the 17th century. So that's what it is. Simple and plain, it's witchcraft. They even tell you there that's what a witch is. Basically, it's witchcraft. I just want to go into this word dowsing, or dowser. So we got here
Dowsers.
dowsers. And it says dowsing is a pseudoscience, and the scientific evidence is that it is no more effective than random chance. Dowsers often achieve good results because random chance has a high probability of finding water in favorable terrains. The motion of dowsing rods is known generally attributed to the ide, idea. I don't know how to pronounce that. ID motor, ID, ID motor response. I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but basically it's a guess. Basically, is what they're saying. It has no scientific evidence, and it's a pseudoscience. You know, who is that? Simply put, eat him. That's what he does. That's what he is. It's everything. That's what he revolves around: pseudoscience and artificial intelligence. But reading this back over, so the method is known, starting here. It said the method is known as dowsing or divining or even doodle bugging, and those who practice it are called water dowsers or water witches, a phrase that may have originated from the practice being deemed witchcraft in the 17th century. The National Groundwater Association, a group of experts, include hydrogeologists, it's like a hydrogeologist that promotes reasonable water use, describes water witching as totally without scientific merit. Some California farmers who pay for the service, however, say it often provides a cheaper alternative to traditional methods like hiring a geologist. The American Association of Dowsers, so they got an organization here. This is the organization of which this is a witch organization, right? The American Association, Slacky, the American Society of Dowsers, say it has become says it has about 200 members, several of whom are working water, several of whom are working water witches. Other dowsers claim they can locate treasure, lost objects, alien life forms, and stress in the body. Some dowsers dangle a Buddhist pendant, Salakia. Some dowsers dangle a Buddhist pendant above a printed map or a laptop screen to find what they are looking for. Thompson, who is also douses oil, gas, and mineral, say when he steps over groundwater, the energy surrounds him. The energy surrounding him changes, causing an involuntary muscular twitch within him that makes his rod cross. He and some others, so that's what it says. He says some type of energy force surrounds him, changes, causing an involuntary muscular twitch within him that makes his rods cross. He and some others who water douse are blue collar workers deeply familiar with farming, yet whose belief in a sixth sense or the subconscious happening or witching are decidedly more new age than agricultural. Many say the knowledge of their craft has been passed down to them by their elders. What is that? Witches, warlocks, right? And they revere the ancientness of the practice, even if sometimes earning them a sideward glance. So this is like a practice that been passed down from their elders. Like someone taught them. Basically like our elders. Just for example, we get taught by our elders, and what they teach us, we pass down to whoever comes in. Whoever believes. Same difference. Just like one of the elders said, they got their wickedness on their side. They do pretty much the same thing. It's a balance. They got elders and ones that they look up to. These secret societies and all that, because that's what this is, a society of witches. What it says, the the American Society of Dowsers. So that's basically a club of witches, man, or warlocks. Let me see what else I want to get out of this, because I want to just read a little bit and then go into the scriptures. But we basically got mostly what I want, because it's all a witch. It's a witch that's trying to basically a witch saying they can locate water in droughts, in times of drought. Which the definition says it's basically a hunch. It's pseudoscience. It's basically a hunch. It says, responding to critics of dowsing, he said, I just laugh at them. They don't know the facts. He added, I'm rarely wrong. That's the witch. The witch says rarely wrong. Choking dust bellowed from beneath the wheels. Thompson shades down, divining rods in hand, maintaining a cool demeanor. He planned to charge at least $1,400 for his visit. A geologist has quoted the same site as a minimum of $6,500. So that's I guess these farmers or these vineyard owners and land owners, they rather go with this guy because it's cheaper. It's not even 1/4 of the price. It's probably like it's under 1/3 of the price. And I'm gonna just show a picture of this guy down here. This is this guy right here. He got his 2 rods in his hands. But I got a video who Esau Edom. I got who else? Who else would it be? I got a video. Basically, it basically describes that. Then I'm gonna get into scriptures. This video right here. Witching. Basically gonna go into a little detail about what is it. I think she's gonna, it's just a video. She's gonna go into basically the description of what water witching is.
People often say that there is a fair amount of magic and alchemy when making a great wine. But today, I'm going to talk to you about a different kind of magic. One that combines the natural with the supernatural. Hi, I'm Rihanna Mandavi, and my dad, Mark Mandavi, is a witch. A water witch, actually. Water witches are people who can find underground water using what we call divining rods. Divining is also called dowsing or even doodle bugging, but the last one isn't my favorite. Today, I'm going to teach you the basics of water witching, with some help from my dad. Though its origins remain somewhat of a mystery, divining may have originated in Germany in the 1500s. People have divined more than just water, though. Precious metals have been divined for hundreds of years, too. But we are here to talk about divining water. Though misunderstood and even considered evil centuries ago, water witching has enabled farmers to locate water sources capable of sustaining a wide variety of crops for generations. Now, with the help of a little divine intervention, we'll show you exactly what my dad sees and thinks when he's water witching. The first thing my dad does is to ask the rods a series of yes or no questions. Crossing rods means yes. Here he is asking the rods, is there any underground water on the property? Here he is asking the rods which direction has the largest water source on the property. He then walks in the direction indicated by the rods and says, find the underground water. The rods will stay parallel until he approaches the water source. The rods cross when he walks over the water source. If you ask me, this is where it starts to get real interesting. Just finding water isn't adequate. There must be enough water to sustain vineyard irrigation. So now he will also find information on the depth of the water supply and volume flow by asking a series of questions that can be answered by yes or no. So, water divining isn't just about finding water, it's about finding enough water for your needs. Water witching has been extremely useful for my father, as he has found water sources for our family vineyards and the vineyards of fellow grape growers and winemakers throughout California. I hope this little class on water witching has been both fun and informative.
Yeah, that's all I need to get from that video. See what it is, witchcraft, man. You know, we're gonna get this out of the scriptures, get this out of so Egypt, which is America's spiritually Sodom and Egypt. We can get this out of Isaiah chapter 19, starting at verse 1. It said, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahawah rideth upon behold, Yahawah rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the hearts of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. We're going to jump down to verse 3, and it reads, the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to idols and to charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to wizards. So that's what we see there is that the spirit, Egypt is fainting, it's losing its losing its senses. They don't know what to do, so they seek into these familiar spirits and wizards. We're gonna get in the definition of what a wizard is. Got the blue letter, go down to wizard. See.
Strong's H 3049. Yidonai. Yidonai.
It says Yidonai.
Strong's H 3049. Yidonai. Yidonai.
Yeah, that's what it says, Yidonai. And it says here, the biblical uses, the first one, it says a knower, one who has a familiar spirit. It says a familiar spirit, soothsayer, necromancer. So basically that's what it is. One that has a familiar spirit says to the divine. So what else I'm gonna get? I'll get this here. It says here, properly knowing wise Hence, a prophet, a wizard, always used in a bad sense of false prophets. So that's why, basically, that's why they are false prophets, basically. And I'm going to jump down to 2. To 2, and it says, a spirit of divination. Basically that's what it says. It says divine. Like the lady says in the video, said divine intervention, but it's not divine intervention. It is on Salaki, it is, but it's evil divine intervention, a spirit of divination. You know, just like she said, some people say it's evil, and that's exactly what it is. We're going to start over. It says, the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to idols, and to charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and wizards, and to the wizards, like it. And the Egyptians will I give. We're going to jump down. It's like we're going to jump down just to verse 5. And it says, and the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up. So you see, it's a drought. They're drying up, And they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of the fence shall be empty and dried up, and the reeds and the flags shall wither. Flags shall wither. The paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, even things sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. It says right there is what? In the New Living Translation, to the right hand of it, it says, all the greenery along the river banks, and all crops along the river shall dry up and blow away. So that's like, basically, that's all the farmland that's surrounding, that's basically, that relies upon the river, the water source of, of Egypt. The fish, reading to verse 8, the fishers also shall mourn, and all they that cast angles, angel, into the brook shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish. So that's like the farmers, like people that farm, probably fish, go to the creeks or the lakes and fish, they ain't gonna be able to do that, Moreover, they that work in fine flax, and they that weave networks shall be confounded. So that's what, in the Living Translation, the New Living Translation, it says, verse 9, they will be no flax for the harvester, no thread for the weavers. Going to verse 10, and they shall be broken in the purposes thereof. All they that salush, and the ponds of fish. So what that means there, we'll go to give a more clarification, more understanding of it. Is on the New Living Translation, they will be in despair. All the workers will be sick at heart. See, that's even going on now. Like like the farmers, the farmers, because everybody relies on water supplies. The source of water. You got to have like like going into the textile industries, all the workforce all the workforce to that, are going to be affected by this droughts, like the farmers. And it says, surely the prince of Zoan are foolish, and the counsel of the wise, it's like it, Sure, so we're going to read that over. Surely the princes of Zoan are foolish. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish. Who say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of the ancient kings. Where are they? Slakia, where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what Yahawah of hosts hath proposed upon Egypt. You know. So where are your wise men? Let them tell you what the Most High is going to do to Egypt. So the princes of Zoan are become foolish, and the princes of Zoph are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are stay of the tribes thereof. So I'm going to read just to get a clarification of what it's saying there. The New Living Translation, it says the officials of Zoan are foolish, and the officials of Memphis are deluded. The leaders of the people have led Egypt astray. So basically these leaders, these people, your politicians have lead you astray. You know, that's even going into a lot. You know, it sums up a lot. They telling you to get these mandate. You know what it is. These Vanessas, mandate Vanessas, and and he's leading you astray, man. Especially, primarily our people, you know. But everybody else too, they deceived everybody. And it said, Yahawah had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have called Egypt to error in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. You know, neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or the tail, branch or bush, a slocky branch or rush may do. So there ain't gonna be no work, man. Like there's gonna be no work in this place. Everything's drying up. You already see people not trying to go back to work because they're getting this extra money off unemployment. Um, they trying to hire people back, but nobody's trying to go back to work. Then you got, just it says that, there's a lot leading to, like the scripture said, the Most High is going to destroy. He destroyed Egypt, ancient Egypt, little by little. That's what's happening here. By multiple plagues. This place is plagued multiply by multiple plagues at one time. Drought, famine. You got food shortage. You got extreme drought, water shortage. Crops are drying up. You know, unemployment. People are not trying to return back to work. This place is just drying up. It's crumbling. The place is crumbling down. Like it's weather extreme. There's flooding in some areas. Tornadoes are hitting this place. Flooding. It's It's a lot going on. And that day shall Egypt be unto Salakia. In that day shall Egypt be like unto a woman, and it shall be afraid and fear. It shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahawah of hosts, which shaketh over it. You know. So that's all I'm gonna get. That's all I need to get from there. And I also want to get this out of So that's not to get off the topic, but that's the witch. You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's what's happening now. Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47. Get this still in Isaiah. Get this out of chapter 47. I think it's 14. No, 13, 12. Isaiah 47 and 12, and it reads, Stand now with thine enchantments, with thy multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou have labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able, Salaki, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. You know, basically that's what it says. Going back to like you said, this is an ancient custom. Like the article said, this is passed down from their elders. You know, this custom of witchcraft, this witchcraft of trying to find water sources. And reading verse 13, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now thou astrologers, stargazers, and monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So that's what the Yahawah was saying. It says, your that goes on to these witches, these with these warlocks, these even to these meteorologists, you know, geologists, let them stand up and save you from the things that's coming upon this place, man. Babylon the Great, aka America, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's why I hope I didn't go off the topic or lose anyone. Yeah, I just found that article interesting, and I thought YAHAWAHSHI, because I was looking at Brother Malcolm, Elder Malcolm, video. He went to the Isaiah, in that chapter in Isaiah, and that brought to my mind this article. Brought back to mind this article. So yeah, you see, water witches. That's why this place is built upon witchcraft. If you do, that's all this place is built upon, witchcraft and sorcery and warlocks. I hope the body of Yahweh Shimi Al-Shah will edify through this video. I hope it wasn't too long. I want to say, the wide Brakatah Yahawah, Brakatah Yahawah Shah, Brakatah Yahawah, Brakatah Yahawah Shah, Brakatah Yahawah, Brakatah Yahawah Shah, and call Halayim La Yahawah Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Rakakadash, and Shalom to the Akim and to the Aqua, and Wa Abba Abba.